Donald Trump is once again making headlines. This time, it's his new moves on immigration policy and the Federal Reserve that have sparked heated debates across the nation. Let's break down what's happening and why it matters to you. Two big moves, two big fights, borders and money. We'll explain both with perspectives from supporters, critics, and the economists watching closely. We'll start with immigration. What's proposed, who backs it, and who's pushing back. Then we'll examine the push on the Federal Reserve, what's being asked, and the risks involved. Finally, we'll pull back to the bigger picture: politics, policy, and the stakes for the country. This is a clear moment of choice and debate. Let's dive in. Section 1. Immigration. Trump has unveiled a set of tougher measures aimed at reducing illegal crossings at the southern border. Key elements: increased border security funding, expanded deportation powers, and stricter asylum rules. Supporters say this restores order and protects jobs. Many supporters argue that stronger enforcement reduces crime and drug trafficking and safeguards American workers. They see it as law and order policy, simple and necessary. Critics warn of a different outcome: separated families and limited access for refugees seeking safety. Human rights groups say these rules risk treating asylum seekers as criminals rather than people in need. Legal challenges are likely. Courts could pause or block parts of the plan. To understand the impact, look at the numbers. Border crossings, asylum filings, and deportation rates have shifted in recent years. Trends matter. Policy changes can have immediate effects, but the longer-term impacts on communities are complex. Implementation will require staffing, funding, and legal processes, not just headlines. Already, the plan has sparked protests and counter-demonstrations across the country. Public opinion is divided. Some call it long overdue, others see it as a humanitarian retreat. Bottom line, immigration policy affects law, economy, and communities, and will shape political debate for months. Next, the Federal Reserve, and why presidential pressure there is especially controversial. The Federal Reserve manages interest rates, inflation, and monetary policy, normally independent from day-to-day politics. Reports suggest Trump is pressuring the Fed to cut interest rates to make borrowing cheaper and boost growth. He argues lower rates will spur lending, investment, and jobs. Supporters say lower rates help businesses expand, reduce mortgage costs, and lift consumer spending. For households, cheaper credit can mean more breathing room on loans. But many economists warn political pressure on the Fed risks undermining its independence. Lower rates can stimulate growth now, but if overused, they can stoke inflation and financial bubbles. Markets react quickly to Fed signals. Investors watch for any sign the Fed is bending to politics. Business leaders are divided, some welcome easier lending, others fear long-term instability. Fed policy also ripples globally. Currency values and trade relationships can shift with interest rate moves. The core tension: should short-term economic gains outweigh the risk of weakening institutions designed to ensure long-term stability? Taken together, these moves on immigration and the Fed reflect a broader vision, prioritizing control over borders and aggressive economic management. The country remains divided. Polls show sharp differences by region, age, and party. Key questions. First, should immigration be treated primarily as security or humanitarian? Second, how much influence should a president have over the Federal Reserve? Third, are these policies likely to help most Americans or risk broader harm? There are real people behind each of these policy debates: families at the border, small businesses seeking loans, and communities watching prices and jobs. Trump's moves will reshape debates about borders, the economy, and the balance of political power, and the outcomes will matter for years. We want to hear from you. Are these bold steps we need, or a risky gamble? If you found this useful, share, and subscribe for ongoing coverage. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them. Thanks for watching. Stay informed and stay engaged.